Yes, you have the right to film ICE if you see them detaining someone. Here's exactly how to do that safely and legally and in a way that protects people, particularly from wrongful deportation. And if it doesn't do that, at least it holds ICE agents accountable. First, you have the First Amendment right to record public officials in public spaces, including ICE agents. If you're on a sidewalk or in a parking lot or outside a building in public or even in your car, you're allowed to legally record as long as you don't interfere with what's going on. Now, this matters because documentation can help expose misconduct, as well as show what's really going on. ICE agents aren't used to being watched the way they are now, and your presence can actually change their behavior potentially. But it's really important to record at a safe distance and not get too close. If you're filming from the middle of the scene or you're getting too close to agents, they might say you're interfering. So stand far away enough so that you're not in their path. If an agent tells you to move, you can do so and say, I'm stepping back, but I'm still going to continue recording from here. And by doing that, you're showing you're not obstructing, but that you're a legal observer. Narrating your actions on video helps protect you legally, and it builds a clear record of your own behavior. And if you're with others, they can film also, and it will give a second angle into what's going on. Now, when you're filming, it's important to focus on badge numbers or vehicle license plates and what's being said. Record the time, the place, the date, and the location, and narrate that into the video. And don't film the people being detained unless you absolutely have to. And it's most important to blur all faces before posting anything publicly. If someone gives you permission to film them, then great, but you can't assume that their silence equals consent. You are allowed to legally speak while you're filming, but do not provoke ICE agents or create a confrontation. You can calmly ask ICE agents if they have a judicial warrant signed by a judge. Now that's important if you see them trying to enter someone's home, because they can't go into someone's home unless there's consent or they have that warrant signed by the judge. But if they're in a public space, they don't need that warrant to make an arrest. So you can still film them, but you can't stop them from arresting someone. You can also speak to the person who's being detained by advising them of their rights. You can tell them that they have the right to remain silent, that they don't have to speak without having an attorney present, and that they don't have to answer any questions that ICE is asking of them. And this is really important because people who are being detained a lot of the time don't know their rights, or they're simply too scared to assert them. And your voice might help them pause and resist pressure to comply. Now, what if ICE tries to take your camera from you? Now, unless you're under arrest, ICE cannot take your camera or your phone that might have your recording device on it. They can't do that at all without a warrant. So if they reach for your phone, you let them know very clearly and calmly that that is your property and that you do not consent to a search or seizure. Now, if they take it away, do not physically fight them. Let it go and narrate what's going on, particularly if there's other people filming, because they'll get that on video. Now, if your phone is taken away, there's a way to protect yourself beforehand. You can use apps that auto back up your footage, like Signal or ACLU Mobile Justice. And you can also lock your phone with a passcode and not a Face ID. And this is important because your video at the end of the day might be the only footage of what happened. If it gets deleted or confiscated, then that record is just gone, unless you backed it up. Now again, it's really important to share your footage responsibly. Not every video should go straight to TikTok or Twitter. You have to ask yourself, does this footage endanger anybody? Have I blurred faces and removed IDs? Could this help a lawyer or an organizer and not just rack up views? It's important to send really important footage to immigration defense organizations or legal teams in your area. And keep originals backed up and never edited out, because if it needs to be used for official purposes later, then it can undermine the credibility of the video. For more immigration-related info, follow us.